I want you to imagine something for just a second. Space and time. Think of space as this blackness where time extends infinitely into the past. And it extends into the future for infinity. Now, in this blackness, a little tiny white dot appears that disrupts the blackness. And as you zoom in on that dot, and it gets closer and closer and bigger, you realize it's a window. And you go up to that window and you look inside and you see you all by yourself in that window. It's your time to exist. It's your little dot. It's your tiny window in all of space and time that you get to be firing on all 5 senses, all pistons. You're alive right now in this room with all these other people who have their dots. You're all sharing this humanity of life together. It's one of the things that unites us as humans, as people, is that we're all alive right now. Not 100 years from now, 110 years ago, everyone's dead. The globe has died. Your time is now. And how you frame that life, how you position the choices you're going to make, as David Foster Wallace said, you are in control. You think your parents are, or your friends are, or your destiny is, or your God is, or your sister, or whoever. But you're in control. And it's worth wrestling away from everybody else. Because your life matters to you more than anyone else. And it's yours to live, that little window. You think you're only 20. You've got a long time to live. You've got a bucket list the size of a swimming pool. I had a bucket list the size of a swimming pool, and the problem was I kept filling it back up again. I've lived a great life, and I'm still going to live a great life. Now, it's the size of a glass of water, because I've learned to prioritize. I'm looking in that window, and I'm crossing that room, and I'm about to hit the wall. I've crossed the whole room. My life is over. I'm not regretting that. I have no need for the entity that is Carl Good to live on for all eternity. But even for those of you who believe in an afterlife, this is happening now. This is life. You are a physical human in the universe. You think you have a lifetime ahead of you? You think it goes slowly? And look at the last 20 years. My God, it went slowly. The trials, the tribulations, the successes, the victories, the joy, those are frozen moments in time. And it seems like forever. But think about this. You're already here. You've lived a quarter of it. Your lives are going to fly, and you've got to start thinking about how you intend to make that life so incredible, so full of experiences, that when you're lying on your deathbed, surrounded by people who love you with some disease eating you away, you're smiling because you can't imagine anything else. You just had the best life. And I'm hoping you're thinking that you love yourself and you like yourself. That's my idea of success. To be on my freaking deathbed and liking myself instead of the way I judge myself. It's a lifelong journey. So I want you to think about your lives in the context of what you do every day, those choices he talked about. The average time you guys, and me too, are spending on social media is like 10 hours a week or more. We're sitting there flipping through other people's lives. And you should do that, it's fun, but have it in perspective. Go out and make some news, don't just consume it. Think of everything you're doing as a gift. My wife said to me, we were walking to the parking lot recently in Kroger supermarket, and she said, why don't you have a coat on? Like an idiot, I only had a t-shirt on, and it was like literally 10 below. I was freezing. And she said, why don't you have a coat on? And I said, you know what? It's a gift to feel cold. It's a gift to feel cold because I'm alive to feel cold. In about 15 years, I'm never going gonna feel cold again. I'm never gonna know anything. I will just end. It will be over. And another 100,000 billion, 7 billion people in the world will sweep away and a whole new bunch will come in. It's a replenishing supply. You're alive to feel love and hate. So be aware of how you're living your life and what really matters and what you really define as success. What is your definition of a successful existence on this little tiny marble? What is it? And it's worth questioning. It's nothing to feel bad about when you're spending too much time on social media. It's none of that stuff. But it's a journey to choose going to the Amazon instead of going to London. It's a big city filled with people. The most exciting thing that will happen to you is your wallet will get stolen. But you swim with piranha in the Amazon, which you can do, by the way. You'll own something special for the rest of your life, even if you don't tell a soul about it. Don't do things to tell people. Do things because it enriches you as a human being. So you're lying on that deathbed and you're thinking, that was a hell of a ride, and I wouldn't change a thing. No regrets, right?